Peace and love, brothers and sisters. I'm just making this video about Dr. Sebi's transition to be with the ancestors. And, I'm reading a lot of news feeds on Facebook about, rest in peace, we'll honor you, and things like that. But my whole thing is, if you truly love Dr. Sebi, you would avere his hard work that he put to bring to our community. Meaning that you will show and prove to yourself and to your family and to your children why is it essential to implement and have herbs in your life, to have holistic practitioners supersede the Western world, such as these hospitals out here. Before I go to a hospital, I'd rather read Queen of Fool book. I'd rather look into Dr. Lalala Africa. I'd rather jump on YouTube and look at Brother Inky if I got to find something on Dr. Sebi. So a lot of us will profess that we love a certain person that brings us information, but we truly don't implement it in our lives. Now, for instance, how many people can sit back and show us their herbal cabinets or show how they have herbs in their household outside of poisons and toxins? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring y'all to a section in my house where I have a whole herbal cabinet. Like, it's not a game here, because this is important, that this is a culture. It's not about just a trend and something fun to do. This is who we originally was before colonialization. Now, right here, this is my herbal cabinet. When I first came into consciousness, me and my daughter, we wanted to make it look like hieroglyphs and things like ancient Kemet. So when I open it, I got my crystals, and I got all different types of herbs and different brands here. Yeah, I stay at the vitamin shop. I got some colloidal gold right here, and also in there you can see like containers that I have when I make my own concoctions and things like that. Also over here in my cabinet, those are herbs in glass bottles. I have names on them. Oh, it doesn't stop there. And also in this cabinet over here, I have herbs and glass bottles that I use to make, like I said, my own concoctions. And as you can see right here, I'm boiling water to make herbs. To make me a nice tea this morning, some green and black tea. It helps give me energy and vibrant and removes negative energy. So yeah, I'm truly, and I have more herbs, but it's at my sister's house because I be currently staying in Brooklyn working on my business. So for me, Dr. Sebi transition doesn't hit me hard. The brother will be missed, but he left behind powerful information that I can use in my life to give me longevity, to give me strength, to give me optimal health. He left something behind that I can also give to my daughter. So to me, he's very much so still alive. You see these herbs that I have in my house, and when I take it, I can reminisce on him. I can think about the words of encouragement that he said, because when you can remember and regurgitate what somebody says when you're in a form of meditation, right, you are directing these herbs, you are directing Mother Nature on how to nurture you within your body. Anytime I feel a bad pathogen has entered my body, the first thing as I do is I study my own symptoms, just like they do in a hospital, and then I start narrowing down certain herbs that addresses these certain symptoms that I have. And what I do is, which I don't have right here right now, I have my little herbal dictionary and my aromatherapy dictionary. Once again, that's all at my sister's house right now, because I would have showed it. And I don't know where I put my Dr. Lalala Africa book at, because I was just moving a lot of things around in my house. So what I do is, before I put a herb into my body, I read exactly how does it heal you, because I feel like it's a mind and body thing too. I feel like it gives you more comfort and more faith and the fact that it's going to work and do what it's supposed to do. But that's just my method. Some people just take the herbs and, whatever your ritual is, make sure you have a ritual. Because if you don't believe something is going to heal you, you're going to block it. So you have to be totally open and receptive to Mother Nature. You can't sit here and be like, oh, fuck this herb or stuff like that, or I'd rather go to the hospital, or I'd rather get me an aspirin. Negative. You got to understand, healing first starts with the mind. Healing first starts with spirituality. Healing first starts with faith that you can be healed, that you can overcome this sickness. So we got to monitor our thinking patterns when we are intaking herbs, because a lot of people say, oh, Dr. Sebi's a fraud or things like that. And I believe people who was not healed, because it was already ingrained in their conscious and subconscious mind that it wasn't going to work, so they came in there with some type of skepticism. So until you have to build up your faith and your belief in Mother Earth that she's going to heal you. When I go to Mother Earth, my faith is so strong that I could be healed in a matter of hours. I just recently went to the hospital July 16th to get my results back. I gave them a blood test, and guess what? All my organs are functioning properly. There's nothing wrong with my blood or anything. I'm not pre-diabetic or diabetic, because most of the time when they see plus size people, they want to screen you for diabetes and stuff like that, or just because you're black and they know we're still eating slave food, that we're suspect to being being diabetic. So I'm happy that with my results and all that other stuff, I also got my other testing for being detected for, any STDs and stuff like that. And I have that results, and that's all negative. So, it's about taking care of your temple. It's about understanding your temple. It's about understanding what herbs work for you. I don't believe every single herb is going to work for you. It's the ones that you have a divine connection with. My favorite herbs that I love to use, I use black seed oil, Don Q root, bilberry. What's another go-to? Green tea. Anytime I feel a little bit out of it or not just function at 100%, green tea, black tea. If I need a quick cleanse to cleanse my intestines, I use Shana. What else? My go-to juices: pineapple, blueberry, cherry, red cherry, charred cherry, sweet cherry. I have a connection with berries. I don't know what it is. Camu powder. I love that. That's the fruit that has the highest vitamin C in it. So yeah, and the herbs that my daughter, that she loves and always works for her, no matter if she's not feeling 100%, she's feeling a little bit under the weather, her go-to herb is black seed and camu powder. So you got to learn how to experiment with many different herbs and take time to meditate. Also fast. See how it works for you. See how quick it works for you. So that no matter what you're going to, you can have a go-through herb, unless it's not that much of a serious condition that you're going to. Now, if a herb is not working, I'm not going to sit here and be ignorant. Take your ass to the hospital, so they can dissect more into what may be going on with your anatomy. Even though I don't trust hospitals, I'm not going to sit here and direct somebody into an early death. If there are symptoms or illnesses that you just can't get rid of through herbs, I would say go to the hospital or do your best to get a privatized doctor that you trust. Because my problem is not really the hospital. It's about not having a private doctor that I know and that I trust, and they understand that I live a holistic lifestyle. So when I come to them for healing, they have to understand that taking these synthetic drugs is secondary. But the first thing I want when I come in for any treatment, not only like to say treatment, when I come in for a cure, the first thing my doctor should say is, oh, well, I know this herb does this and that herb does that. Now, if the herbs are not subsiding, whatever the problem is that's going on with my anatomy, now they say we have to intervene with some man-made products, okay? But, I think it all boils down to trust. So I'm not really anti-hospital. I just don't like the disconnect of, number one, we don't have hospitals that we own that are black owned and that revolves around holistic healing, organic herbs, importing herbs from many different regions of the world, especially Africa and China, that got high reputation in its healing powers, and the herbs that are indigenous over there. There's some good American herbs. I'm not going to sit here. I mean, all over the world, Mother Nature grows whatever it is that we need. And the one thing I realized that somebody once said to me is that wherever people are sick, Mother Nature will grow that herb in that particular area. And I forgot this name of this herb that had gained popularity. I forgot the name of it, but it was growing all over, like Flatbush and stuff like that. And a lot of people was picking them and making them into tea disease. So, I try to pay attention to my own surroundings and where I live, and wherever there is some grassland, I try to see like what type of herbs is being grown there and study it, because then you can understand what sickness you're being exposed to in your ecosystem. So it's important. Like, that's another level thing. Go outside, see what's growing, research what the healing properties are, what are the benefits, so you can understand, bad pathogens that may be around you, and Mother Nature is trying to give you an early remedy before it even affects your immune system. Because you can have a high immune system, but with this toxin and this pollution, especially if you're a person that lives in the city, your immune system can become overwhelmed at certain points in times. Like, for me, it's very rare that I get sick. And even just looking at Black people, it's very rare for us to getting sick. But we shouldn't wait to the point of us getting sick. We should have a natural regimen, herbal regimen. But for me, I don't like to call herbs herbs. It's a part of my nutrition. I think we should digress from calling it herbs and calling it nutrition. I think we should choose herbs that we feel gives us optimum strength, memory, boosts our brain. I think you should write down a list of herbs that you feel that you need to address, or that you need to help with you daily, even if it's a herb that needs to help you focus or relax. Make this a part of your nutrition. Make sure you eat it when you're eating your food. I see it as food. When people say herb, I think subconsciously we separate it from daily nutrition that you need. I feel it is daily nutrition. Black seed is daily nutrition for me. Camu powder is daily nutrition for me. Bilberry is daily nutrition for me. So I hope you all understand what I'm trying to say. But Dr. Sebi is alive, and he is well, and his spirit and his essence is very much strong. And I guess the reason why my reaction is not sad about his physical transition is because I know that I don't take anything that I learned from him for granted, and everything he said is going to be passed through me into my womb and into my future wombs through my daughters or goddesses. That if I reproduce in the future, but I do have a daughter and she's going to reproduce. So, he gave me something that I can give to my future children, and to heal them where they don't have to feel so codependent upon Western world methods of treatment, which is these hospitals. So peace and love, brothers and sisters. Do your best to buy Dr. Sebi's herbs. If you're unable to get some of his herbs, do research and import your herbs, or go to the vitamin shop, because that's what I do. Don't let nothing stop you from getting what you need right here and now to heal yourself. So peace and love. Did you have your nutrition today?